Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to Pakistan International School Taif Zoom live class session 2021. Dear students, this lecture is for grade 8 and this is our live Zoom class. So I hope you are enjoying your virtual learning class and live Zoom class. Alhamdulillah. So dear students, this is your computer science class. In fact, computer science live Zoom class, and you are in grade 8th, 9 junior, and we are on chapter number 1, fundamentals of computer. Dear students, in this lecture, today we will continue computer generations. Computer generations can classified into 5 generations. So we have 5 generation, first generation of computer, second generation, third generation, and the fourth generations of computer, and then we have fifth generations of computer. So we have 5 generation of computer. Here on your screen you can view the 5 generations of computer. So generation means that basically generation in computer terminology is a change in technology. A computer was being used. Initially, the generation term was used to distinguish between varying hardware technology. Nowadays, generation includes both hardware and software, which together make up an entire computer system. There are 5 computer generation now till date. Each generation has been discussed in detail along with their time period and characteristics. And on your screen, you can view a table along with approximate dates against each generation has been mentioned, which are normally accepted. So here you can view the first generation computer. The first generation computer, the period of first generation computer is 1940 to 1956, and it based on vacuum tube technology. Based on vacuum tubes technology. Then we have a second generation computers. The period of second generation are 1956 to 1963, and it based on transistors technology. Based on transistors. Then we have a third generation. The period of third generation computers are 1964 to 1971, and the technology used is integrated circuit IC. Then we have a fourth generation computers. Fourth generation computers, the period of the fourth generation computers are 1971 to 1980, and it based on very large scale integrated circuit VLSI technology used in fourth generation computer. Then we have fifth generation of computers. Fifth generation computers, the period of the fifth generation computer is 1982 present, and it used ULSI, ultra large scale integration technology was used in fifth generation technology, fifth generation computer. So dear students, generation of computers based on the characteristics of various computers developed from time to time. They are categorized as generation of computer. So I hope you understand that we have 5 generations of computer which can be classified on the basis of technology use and the duration. So we have 5 generation of computer generations. So let's start with the first generation of computer. History of computer is a chain that runs from the ancient abacus and the analytical engine of the 19th century throughout the modern computers of the present age. It is generally divided into 5 generations. Each generation of computer is characterized by major technological development of that time. So we can classify into 5 generations. So dear students, let's start with the first generation of computers. The period is 1940 to 1956. Vacuum tubes were used in the first generation computers. Vacuum tubes generated so much heat that they had to be cooled by air conditioned. Dear students, the vacuum tubes generate so much heat that they had to be cooled by air condition. Vacuum tubes burnt out very often and it was difficult to repair and maintain. The computers of first generation. So on your screen, you can view a vacuum tube. Basically, the vacuum tube is made of glass that control and amplify the electronic signals. That is made of glass that control and amplify the electronic signals. The following are the characteristics of the first generation computer. First generation computer used vacuum tubes. Speed was slow and the memory was very small. So point to be remembered, dear students, speed was slow and the memory was very small. They were huge in size and taking up entire room. They are big in size. So these computers are big in size and can take a full room. On your screen here, in the screen, you can view these computers are so big. The first generation computers were very expensive and unreliable. They consumed a lot of power and generate a lot of heat. Input was based on punch cards. Output was obtained on printouts throughout electric typewriter. Machine language was used in these computers. Some examples of first generation computers, mini mainframe computers are ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer, UNIVIC, Universal Automatic Computer, IBM 604, Mark I, and EDSEC, Electronic Delay Storage Automatic Calculator. So all these are the examples of first generation computers. So dear students, the first generation computers use vacuum tubes and the values as their basic electronic components. They were extremely large in size and reliable. The language used for storing and processing data was machine language. And the examples of the first generation computers are ENIAC, EDVIC, EDSEC, UNIVIC. These are the examples of first generation computers. So first generation computers, in the first generation computers, vacuum tubes were the only electronic component available during those days. So can you imagine that this vacuum tube was the only electronic component which was available during those days, and by using the vacuum tube technology made possible to make electronic digital computers. These computers could calculate data in milliseconds. And dear students, there are some disadvantages are also there, like they are very big in size, consume a large amount of energy, heated very soon, not reliable, air conditioning was required, and constant maintenance was required, non-portable, you cannot move easily because they are huge in size, and it is quite slow speed, less memory, and very faulty. Punch cards for it can use punch cards for input, use machine language only, limited programming capabilities. So all these are the, you can say, disadvantages of first generation computers. Now move to the second generation of computer. Second generation of computer, the time period is 1956 to 1963. In 1947, three scientists, William Shockley, John Bardeen, and Walter Bardeen, invented transistors, shown in your figure. Transistors function like a vacuum tube. It replaced the vacuum tubes in the second generation computers. Transistor was faster, more reliable, smaller, and much cheaper than vacuum tubes. So dear students, in the second generation, the vacuum tubes were replaced by the transistors. So transistor was faster, more reliable, small in size, and much cheaper than vacuum tube. The following are the characteristics of the second generation computers. You can view, like the transistors were used instead of vacuum tubes. Transistor reduced the size of computers and increased the speed and memory capacity. So dear students, as it reduced the size of the computer, then it increased the speed and the memory of the capacity. Computer became more reliable and cheaper. Second generation computer used punch card reader, magnetic tapes, magnetic disc, and printers. And then assembly language was used in these computers. High-level programming languages Fortran and COBOL were introduced in this generation of computer. Examples of second generation computers are Univic 2, IBM 7030, 7780, and 7090, NCR 300 series, General Electric GE 635, and Control Data Corporation's CDC 1604 computers. All these are the example of the second generation computer. And dear students, you can view the second generation computer on your screen here in the diagram. So you can view and you can realize that these are the compact and small in size rather than the first generation computers. So second generation computers used the transistors, and due to the transistors, these computers are small in size. So smaller in size as compared to the first generation computer. They are more reliable, more efficient. So advantages are smaller in size, more reliable, used less energy and were not heated, wider commercial use, better portability, better speed, and could calculate data in microsecond, use faster peripheral like tape drives, magnetic disk, printer, used assembly language instead of machine language, accuracy improved. And on the other hand, we have some disadvantages like cooling system was required, constant maintenance was required, commercial production was difficult, only used for specific purpose, costly and not versatile, punch cards were used for input. So these are the some disadvantages of second generation computer. Now here we have a third generations of computer. The third generation computers 1963 to 1971, integrated circuit ICs, also known as the semiconductor chip, were used in third generation computers. We developed in early 1960s. A single IC chip contains the large number of transistors. IC chip increased the power and decreased the cost of computer. And they can use computer IC chip was shown in your figure. The following are the characteristics of the third generation of computer. On your screen, you can view third generation computer used IC chip. IC chip improved the speed and the memory of computer. Computers consume less electricity, became smaller, cheaper, and more reliable than second generation computer. And keyboard and monitor was used with the computer. So dear student, in the third generation, here keyboard and the monitor were used with the computer. These computers could run different application programs at the same time. Some examples of the third generation computers are IBM System 360, System 3, and the Control Data Corporation's 3300 and 6600 computers. And do you know, Intel invented the world's first microprocessor, the Intel 4004, in November 1971. So IC's integrated circuit, the use of semiconductor chip, was introduced in third generation computer. In the third generation computer, which combined three electronic components onto a small silicon disk. And as a result, computer became very smaller. Operating system was also produced at that time. So these computers was more reliable rather than second generation computer. The third generation computers, the third generation computer replaced transistors with the integrated circuit or IC. The integrated circuit or IC was invented by the Jack in 1958, and IC is a wafer-thin slice of extremely purified silicon crystals. A single IC has many transistors, resistors, and capacitors, along with the associated circuit, encapsulated in a small package with many lanes. Some key features of third generation computers are integrated circuit developed, power consumption lower, computers smaller, faster, and more reliable, high-level languages appeared. So these are the features and characteristics of the third generation computers. Then we have a fourth generation computer. The fourth generation computer 1971 to here 1971 to present In this generation of computer, LSI, large scale integration, and VLSI, very large scale integration chip having millions of transistors were developed. Microprocessor was also developed in fourth generation of computers. So dear students, microprocessor. A microprocessor, that is the brain of the computer, was developed in this generation. A microprocessor is a single chip that can handle all the processing of a computer. A microprocessor is shown on the figure you can view on your screen. So here are some characteristics of the fourth generation of computers. Microprocessor was developed, which resulted in the development of microcomputers. Fourth generation computers are very fast, have large storage capacity, and use advanced input and output devices. Microcomputers are very small in size, very reliable, consume less power, and are affordable. Large variety of software is available for use in microcomputer. Operating system having graphical user interface GUI was developed in this generation. These computers support multimedia software that combines text, image, sound, and video. These computers support modern programming languages such as Visual Basic, C++, Java, and developing powerful software. Fourth generation computers support a large variety of portable and wireless input-output devices. Some examples of microprocessor developed in fourth generation of computers are Intel Pentium series, dual core, Core 2, Duo, Core i3, i5, i7, and AMD Athlon. Some examples of fourth generation computers are IBM ThinkPad series, HP series, Dell Inspiron series, and Apple MacBook Pro and MacBook Air series. All these are the examples of fourth generation computers. So, dear students, fourth generation computer use the microprocessor, and it based on a large scale integrated and the very large scale integrated circuit chip. So here on your screen, you can view the fourth generation computers. So fourth generation computers are those which use LSI technology. Due to this technology, the size of the computers become very small, but highly costly technology is required for the manufacturing of LSI chip. With the microprocessor, it became possible to build personal computers. So in 1977, Apple II, and 1981, IBM PC was built with the help of fourth generation computer and with the help of a microprocessor. So this is the more intelligent computers, and they are very small in size, less power consumption, and less heat generation. Then, dear students, we have the fifth generation of computer. The fifth generation computers present and in the future, you can call the goal of the fifth generation of computer is to develop device that can understand natural languages and have thinking power. This is a big challenge for computer developers and programmers to design such system and software for them. The following are the characteristics of the fifth generation of computers. The fifth generation computers are based on artificial intelligence, AI. In the fifth generation of computers, AI will minimize the need to write programs. These computers will allow users to give command in any natural language such as English. Examples of fifth generation computers are robots and expert systems. So nowadays we are in the fifth generation computers. Like nowadays we have artificial intelligence, the computers who have a thinking power. Fifth generation computers means that the computer and the devices which have some sort of thinking power. So these are the fifth generation computers. And for your more information, artificial intelligence is a branch of a computer science concerned with the making computer behave like humans, like robots and expert systems. Okay, I hope you understand, dear students. So fifth generation computers are capable of parallel processing, support voice recognition, understand natural language, and these are more reliable, works faster, easily portable, different size, different features, different affordable prices, extra high processing speed, parallel processing, and wireless. So the first and the major advancement means that the scientists now working on the fifth generation computer, and they want to provide a thinking power to the machine, provide the thinking power to the machine. That's why it is called the artificial intelligence. So dear students, in the last, you have a complete chart along with the time period. So you can view the first generation computer. Here we have a period. Then we have a circuitry, memory capacity, processing speed, programming language, example of computers. So the first generation period, 1942, 1956, technology, vacuum tubes, memory capacity 20 KB, and then we have processing speed 300 IPS instructions per second. And programming language is machine language, example of computer UNIVAC and EDVIC. Then we have a second generation computer. Second generation computer, the period is 1956 to 1963. Then circuitry, transistors, memory capacity is 128 KB, and processing speed is 300 instructions per second. Programming languages are assembly language and early high level language, Fortran, COBOL, and then we have examples are IBM 1401, IBM 7094, CDC 3600, and UNIVAC 1108. Then we have a third generation computer. The duration is 1964 to 1971. And then we have integrated circuit, 1 MB memory capacity, and 1 million instruction per second it can execute. In the third generation, programming languages C and C++, and the examples are IBM 360 series and 1900 series. Then we have a fourth generation, 1971 to present. Microprocessor is a circuitry example, and then the memory capacity is magnetic core memory, LSI and VLSI high capacity. Faster than third generation computer, higher level language, C, C++, and Java. An example of computers are Pentium series and multimedia. Then we have a fifth generation present, and the circuitry use ULSI, ultra large scale integration technology, memory capacity ULSI, and processing speed is very fast, and programming language, all the higher level language and natural networks. And examples of computers are artificial intelligence and robotics. So in this lecture today, students, we covered the all 5 generation. I hope you understand. So dear students, this is your homework time, and note down your homework question. So dear students, this is your homework time now. So note down your question. Draw a chart of all generation by mentioning their time period, technology used, examples, and important features. So if you remember in the last slide, we discussed all in the form of chart. So you have to draw that chart on your register and on your notebook. Okay. So dear students, thank you so much. Inshallah, in next lecture, we will continue the further topics. Till then, Allah Hafiz.